Alright, we're cool. Alright, this is part 2 of the Side Band Guy with Eric D'Alessandro. And
still here.
He's still here. And we moved the camera closer for your viewing pleasure. Now, we're going to talk about music.
I love that pad, by the way.
You feel so cool.
It's like a detective or something.
Like, oh,
how will help.
Let me tell you. Or you can lay on the...
He was 5'5", he had brown hair.
And really just doodling.
I'm not 5'5".
Or you can lay back on the couch and tell me your problems.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of problems. We can talk about them, but
we'll do that off camera.
For a different time.
Okay, good. All right. He's got problems.
Don't bother me with him here.
All right. Were you always doing music, or did it just kind of happen?
I've always tried to do music. Always. I've always, like, as far as I can remember, wanted to be in a band, or wanted to be a rapper, or wanted to be anything. Like, I remember when, like, NSYNC was really big. It was really cool to hate them. Like, when me and my friends were loving, like, DX and, like, Stone Cold, and, like, that was what kids loved. And we'd rip the girls' posters in school. Then I'd go home and I'd be, like, doing the dance with my sister, because I loved
the
like,
Bye Bye Bye.
Yeah, like, everything.
I did the dance.
I loved NSYNC, and I just loved. I wanted to always do music. Like I've played the guitar for like most of my life. I'm not good, but I should be a lot better by now, but I'm not. And I've always wanted to start a band. And like my brother Brian used to like freestyle during high school. He was actually really good, and like he would get instrumentals and just like freestyle. And I never could do that, but I would write like stuff. And then like I remember when I was like 12, I rapped one band. He was like, that was really good. So that gave me like the confidence to think I could actually like do that. So I've always been writing stuff, and like. What happened pretty much, like, it happened to make me take it more seriously when I started getting, like, good feedback from, like, the spoof videos.
Yeah.
Because, like, I remember I met a black girl out one. I always want to say she's black is because she knew rap better than a girl. Like, oh my god, that video's so funny. Like, that girl doesn't, she might not get rap as well as a black girl who's, like, you know, who knows, you know, what's good rap. Because she told me that she compared me to Drake, and she compared me to Lloyd Banks or something. I was like, that's way too good of a compliment, but I appreciated what she was saying, and I was like, you know, because she was like, not only was it funny, but she said you could actually like flow, and I was like, maybe I could actually like, because I wanted, and the song, Everything I Need, I have a video, I don't know if you saw it, but I have like this just joking around video. I pretend to do Drake in it, and it's a music video. I wrote real lyrics to that, but then I was like, maybe I should make it funny so people will accept it the way that they've accepted all my other videos. I don't want to become all of a sudden, oh, now I'm serious, have to take me as an artist. I just did that for fun, but I have that real version on Still Not Heartless. It's just like a real song that I wrote, so I just thought that I would take it more serious because I saw a way to be like, this is really what I want to do. It's more along the lines of like, I don't have to tap into me being funny. Like, no matter what, I'm just going to be silly and stupid, that's who I am. But like, you have to like, step aside and say, all right, I want to make a song that means something. I want these kids from Staten Island who know me to be like, yo, this kid, I know where he's coming from, because like they grow up in the same place. So like I wanted to make something serious, and that's pretty much how it kind of happened.
Like you just basically prove that you're more than like the funny song.
I'm more than
like,
that stupid kid who had a wig on. Yeah,
do it.
Yeah, pretty much, and like just for me too. Just more. That's still a hobby. It's still something I love to do, but just I feel like take it more seriously.
Especially in hip hop, where everything's like, dude, you're not legit.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
If you come with it, if you come lyrical, if you
exactly. I'm not saying like I'm not saying I'm selling drugs or shooting anybody. I'm just rapping about what we all go through. You know, girls, or like not knowing what you do with your life when you become an adult, and like that age from 18 to 21, where like you change a lot. It's pretty much just what we all encounter. It's nothing like, I think anybody, black, white, you can all relate with that. It's not something that you can, you know. You don't have to be anything. You can understand music for what that is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
you feel me?
I feel you, my brother. I was about to say it too. All right. So I think the first video you have, and I already did my homework, so I know what you're talking about, is I Can't Believe It. Right? Is that your first rap song that you have up on YouTube?
Oh, that might have been the first like spoof I made. Yeah, right. I downloaded Auto-Tune and I was like, let me just do this. I didn't write anything. I just said that. So that's why it's bad, because I didn't write anything. I just, it's like,
that was off the top?
Baby, I live in Staten Island.
That was off the top?
Oh, I'm not smiling. Yeah. It wasn't good. Don't give me a pound for that. Actually,
that
was
good.
It
off
wasn't
the top.
good.
For your first shot?
Dude, I don't know. That was
it's
pretty terrible.
What does Weezy say? Because nobody knows what he says. So
nobody knows what he says. I don't think he knows what he says.
No,
so.
He's probably on drugs. So
he was.
So that one, that was your first like real video that lots of people saw that you actually like gave that a shot, right? So that was the one Your first one that wasn't really a skit, I think.
I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest with you, because I got good feedback from Facebook. For Facebook, you don't know because they don't tell you views.
Yeah.
But a lot of people commented on that, like thinking like, what the hell's the matter with you, and all this like funny things. And then that was more popular around like people I knew, because like you know like
kind of old too, right?
Oh, dude, that was like 3 years ago, literally. Like that was a while ago, and it wasn't. It's funny. Like I actually don't even know. I have to go back and see what was before that, what was after that. I have no idea when I just threw that up there. Like I said, I don't plan these things to be like anything. Like now I know people are gonna see them, so I have to like actually take more than 2 seconds to think about them. But then I just threw it up there because I was just joking around. Like I was listening to the radio and I was like, I have to make fun of this. This is just terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. So now that's a room in your house that you recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it kind of actually looks like.
It looks like a studio. I can't tell you my secret, but it looks like a studio. It looks like a real studio.
You just throw a foam thing up on the wall.
Kinda, pretty much. That's pretty much right. No secret. You just figured it out.
Earmuffs.
That's all I have.
Yeah, it looks good though. When you talk to your producer.
Well, I mean, he's an idiot. He doesn't really listen to me, but I got good ideas. He doesn't listen.
All right, so that actually didn't even realize that was my next question. I was gonna say, where do you record? So that covers that.
My house. I recorded one thing on my friend Anthony Raccanello. Another shout out.
But your actual mixtape stuff was in a studio. That's also at your
That's
house?
all in my house. I have a room in my basement, which my dad and my brother used to keep a drum set, and then now that got messed up or whatever. They don't have that anymore. So the room is very like soundproof. And I just recorded everything in there. I was just in there for hours. It's very soundproof. That's pretty much where I record everything. That and my room, pretty much. And nowadays you just have you could do it anywhere now. It's like you don't really need a studio. I mean, yeah, my sound isn't as good as Drake's, but it's still like you get the point.
You still get, yeah, as long as you can hear the words.
Yeah, you hear what I'm saying.
Intelligent. Now the videos that you do, the rap videos live, those are all one take.
Yeah.
Are you reading it, or you just?
No, I have to memorize it. Those are so annoying. If you've seen the outtakes to those, it just be like.
Oh,
if you notice it, it's the super bass one. I'm sweating because everything was going wrong. Like it's long. You gotta know when to take breaths. Like people like it looks like rap. You just talk, but there's effort behind that. And like to memorize all that shit, I wrote that. Like I wrote, and there's a lot of things in between. So like I wrote that like 2 days before that. So just a couple that I would have the instrumental on when I was on Facebook because I'm just trying to make sure I knew it. And then pretty much they're all one take. They have to be because you could see me. I can't like I would edit that would look choppy.
Jumping around.
Yeah.
How 2 days you memorize a song?
That one I did.
I'm in a band. I rap in my band, and I can't memorize a song after like 3 months.
Well, you should work on that.
Not that long. A couple practices, but it takes a couple live shows where I realize I kind of forget the words and I'm like, all right.
I'm making myself out to be much better than I am. That was the only one that I did 2 days before.
Right,
the only one, just super bass, because I had a lot of lines just stored in my head that I wanted to throw in there.
And I'm a lot better than 3 months. But
yeah, he's the best.
The best.
No, like fancy, and like what's my name? What's my name was very short. But like the super bass one was long, but I had most of those things. I took like a couple bars from a song I already had. So like I just placed them together, but like just finding like the order and then just like putting things in between. That's pretty much, yeah. Like and a lot of things, and a lot of those things were just on the cuff, just like I just threw in there just because I had no like at the end and I'm just like talking. That's not. I didn't write that.
Just with a cup.
Yeah,
it works though.
I didn't have a cup in that one, but thanks for paying attention.
It is a good cup. All right. Who is your favorite rapper and what is your biggest influence on your rapping style?
My favorite rapper is Eminem, but. Drake absolutely has the biggest impact on me because he just writes real stuff, man. When I got So Far Gone, I heard about him, and then when I really got So Far Gone, I listened to it, just like, oh, I just was rewinding parts. Like, did you really just say that? Just because it was just so real. You never heard that music.
Telling a story.
You never heard that music before, where it was just like mentioning a girl's name or something he's been through, or like when he was like. Things like these girls are never satisfied with a nice calm evening. I was like, wow, that's so true. Like girls just are never satisfied with just chilling and watching a movie. It's just like
it's telling me my life.
He's so I felt I connected him so many ways, and the way that I make words like rhyme together, that's very much Eminem influenced. He's obviously just
a mastermind.
He's a freak of nature, but I think him and Drake definitely influenced me the most, along with like a bunch of people from like Jude and everything, but more along the lines of just my style of rapping because I can't relate to anything that they rap about.
That G-Unit's going to tell you about.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, I love them and everything. I would listen to forever, but I can't like
You don't gangbang,
as
you
much as
don't
I want
shoot.
as much as I want to get on a song with Lloyd Banks and act like they love me in the hood. They probably don't. So maybe they will one day.
Maybe the ladies might like you. That's the
That's
goal.
fine by me.
That's the goal. That should be the goal. All right. What is, as far as you can remember, real quick, what is the best line you've ever written that you feel that you wrote and you're like, wow.
Personally, I'm not gonna lie. I loved one. All the other ones I love. People say they like them, and I'm like, I really appreciate it. But one time, I swear to you, I'm not like one of those kids like, yo man, I'm really good. The one time I was like, man, people, I don't wonder if they got that. Was in Everything I Need. I was rapping as Drake, and he says, what the hell is she? What the hell? She says I get her drenched when we're all alone. Then call me the wet bandit, 'cause we're home alone. Have you ever seen the movie Home Alone?
Yes.
You know, the wet bandits?
Yes.
I thought that was perfect. I don't know if people really.
It is, because
I don't know if people got that one.
It's those subtle things, like those metaphors.
That was my favorite thing I've ever said. Other than that, I forget everything else.
I mean, like, Jay-Z and Eminem do that all the time. You're like, oh, they're alright. No, they're alright.
You have to go back.
But when you go back and you listen to it, you're like, oh my God.
Eminem,
you can't be dumb to listen to
That's
it.
the thing about Eminem, that you have to rewind.
Like, you think he's good, but then if you actually realize what he just said, it's like,
it scares you.
wow, he's over 10 out of 10. He's like a 15.
He's even better. Yeah, exactly. Like, I remember one time he says, gave Bruce Wayne a Valium, and he said, settle your ass down. I'm ready for combat, man. Get it? Calm, Batman. He's ridiculous. Like, that's scary. He's ridiculous. You have to, like, people don't even get that. Even the game is one of the best lines they say sometimes. It's just like, man, you have to really appreciate that.
It's like, how do you write that?
Yeah.
How do you just sit down?
Like Drake. Any girls like into girls like I am, let's be honest. It's ridiculous.
Let's be honest.
That's so good. That's so good.
Cool. All right. You answered this question before, so
Let's ask it again.
Alright, well, it's like, I was going to ask you, are you going more the funny route, the serious route, or are you going to kind of mix it up with both?
I think with me, what I would like to do is, like, you know how Lady Gaga has, like, her image, and, like, she keeps it weird, she keeps it strange, keeps people guessing. With me, it's kind of like a couple different roads, because I think, like, any person, like, no one's that serious all the time. No one's that joking all the time. So, like, just like with any, like I said, if I ever was a serious musician, if I got, say a prayer, if I ever got signed or anything, right, and I was actually making music for a living, I would take music very seriously, but at the same time, in an interview or something, I'm still going to be funny. I would never stop doing skits or making people laugh. That would never stop. Like, no matter if I was, editing video yearbooks for the rest of my life, I would never stop just doing skits. I love to do that. So I think it's all like, that's why I don't have a rap name, because I'm not like E.J.D.Z. I'm just Eric Dulles. That's just me. I'm giving you who I am. I think that people can relate to that, because not everyone is, the funniest kid is still at heart. When you talk, you could have a serious conversation with him. He's not
gonna have a problem someday.
He's gonna have problems someday. A girl's gonna mess with his head. Maybe, God forbid, one of his friends, dies or something. Something serious is going to happen in that kid's life, and I think that that's what everybody. I'm just like everybody else. Like, I'm not any different. So I'm trying to relate to the fact that I'm just like you, and we're all funny. We're all serious. We all love music. Everybody loves music.
Moments.
Yeah, it's just pretty much just me. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just doing what I do, pretty much.
That's a good answer.
All right.
That's inspirational.
Got one right.
I got all my answers wrong. All right. How is it performing live? Because you kind of did it for the first time, right? A couple weeks ago?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I want to do more of that. I'm scheduling them. I'm gonna be scheduling them, but I also wanted to do, as fun as it is doing like the funny stuff and everything. There's no, like, I'll always do that for fun. If people want me to do that, of course I will. But, like, at the same time, I felt like I was, like, robbing myself a little bit, because, like, it was fun. I love people laughing and everything, but it was like, when you saw your favorite band, it just takes you back. It's amazing, like, just to see, like, that it means something. And, like, when I make people laugh, that's fun. But I would so much rather perform, like, the real stuff I've written, to see just people's reactions, and to see people who actually mess with me. Like, if they go, wow, you know what, I actually know where he's coming from. Or, like, because I love that stuff. But there's a time and a place to be funny. I feel like if you're gonna perform in front of an audience, it shouldn't be like a comical show. In between songs could be like Blank used to do. Like, in between songs were funny, but they had then Stay Together for Kids for the kids, or Adam's song would be next, but like the music means something. So like,
Sure.
it was fun. I'll always love performing, but I wanted to do like real stuff too.
Stuff that's gonna make you feel like proud. Like,
Yeah, or just stuff that just like, yeah, like when you go to a music show, just people who can understand it, like, because not everybody's gonna understand where I'm coming from when I'm like making fun of some girl from Staten Island or doing some stupid voice or something, like, you know what I mean?
Why do girls sound?
Gianna Marie, yeah, not everybody's gonna understand like Gianna. Like, the only reason why Gianna Marie is every girl from Town has the middle name Marie, including my sister.
This is true.
So I'm just.
All right, when did the idea of making this mixtape come about?
Good question. Me and my friend Anthony, I mentioned him before. What happened was I always had funny stuff, and I've always written real stuff. I just never really did anything with it. And then when me and him made this we worked together, and during like the off hours of like when you have to render a video, like when you're editing something, you have to render the video to make it like playback. So pretty much process it so it can like look good. So like that would take hours, and we just like write songs in between. So that as I was writing more music all the time, I just started writing, putting stuff online, but I was actually writing real stuff. So then he got all this like really, really, really good like high-tech, perfect like recording equipment. And then one day I was like, yo man, I found this beat online that I just absolutely loved. So I bought it from the producer whoever made it. And then I just was like, I have to write, like it was too good of a beat to write something stupid to. So then the song's called Go. That's also on Still No Heartless. And it's just like me, just like, yo, if you want to like take me seriously as a rapper, listen to that song. It's like, I can actually rap. This is not me trying to be like, I'm not rapping because it's cool, because I want to be wearing like throwing money in videos. I have a love for this. And like, I just wanted to write something like, see how good I could do on a song. And then that was the first time. And then after that, as fun as it was to make people laugh and everything, I was like, I love writing real stuff so much. And the more I listened to like artists, and the older I got, it was just like, I gotta take this just like seriously. So then I just was like, I'm gonna write a full-length thing. I want to make like an album, mixtape, whatever you want to call it, and just give it to people and see what they think. Like just pretty much just another way to express myself.
How many songs you gonna have on it? Or does it have?
I think I'm still in between keeping one song and taking it out because I don't want to like spend too much time on it, but it's gonna have I think 12 songs, and including like 3 people I think I've already heard, but then Everything I Need has all the real lyrics that it originally was supposed to have, and then I have a couple of remixes of like normal beats you've heard, or like the Mega Man remix I did, and then I do She Will, like the Lil Wayne Drake song. I remixed that song on there, and it's all just like real stuff. And then I have like 6 like no one's ever heard before, original like exclusives.
You made the beats, or you got?
No, I buy them online.
You buy them?
Yeah, I find good websites of producers, and then I buy them. So.
Yeah. I just record over them for free and don't give them out. I just have them for myself.
Well, I have the.
It's funny. It's like, oh, $600. Oh, well, I like this beat, but not for $600.
No, I don't buy the exclusive rights, so somebody else could have the song too. I just buy the ones that you're allowed to
like
use it.
The least ones, or
yeah, something like that, or whatever. And then, so if they come sue me, it's like, hey, I'm not collecting any money on this. I'm just giving your beat respect. And I don't think, and that's why like I had to make it a mixtape, because if I'm doing remixes, those aren't my songs. That's like,
yeah, you can't sell it.
I can't sell
it.
it.
But you can give it out for free.
But I give it out for free, which is what I'm going to be doing.
All right. What are your future goals for the music?
I mean,
you've thrown it in there here and there, but like definitive, like this is what I'd like to do.
I would like to be signed as an actual. I would like to take my life to actual serious, like that way. Like when I wanted to do acting or like do a skit, like as much as I wanted somebody to call me up and say, oh my god, that's so funny, we're gonna give you a show on MTV, that would never happen. And in order to get acting jobs, I've done like extra work on like Gossip Girl, like Blue Bloods and Law and Order, a bunch of things. And in order to actually get in that industry, get an audition, you need an agent. But in order to get an agent, you need to have experience. But in order to get experience, you need an agent. So it's like a vicious circle that no one ever really knows.
Getting a job is.
It's hard. It's hard to get in that world, and it's just like you can't really showcase yourself. So when I found music, I found something I could put my heart into and really take it seriously, and I could shoot a video myself. I can make my own music and give it out for free and get my name out there a lot quicker.
You get half the game.
And I don't love anything more or less. It's just something that I saw reality in this, that like if I can get this to somebody who knows who could hear it, and if not, at least I tried. You know what I mean? I don't want to be 30 thinking like, man, I really should have tried. You know what I'm saying? Because in life, you got to do what you love. And if I could make music for a living,